Hello, once again, James McBride, and let's take a look at installing virus protection. So I want to show you, here we are on Windows 11, and right here is Windows Security, which Windows Defender is a part of. So it's running. It's running on here. But we're going to basically say, I think Windows Defender is not good enough. I want more protection. I want things. Windows Defender is very much automatic. And so if you want something that's telling you, hey, this is what's going on, which I prefer, you're probably going to need something other than Windows Defender. My default stand on it is get something other than Windows Defender. That's my default stand because I believe the other makers of virus protection are better. So let me jump over to the other screen. I just wanted to show you that Windows Defender is running. It has a little warning on there, but really that little warning is, oh, you need to connect your online account, which I haven't done. All right, so screen two here. Let's minimize that. And we're going to go to the store. Trying to get people to understand that Windows does have a store, Microsoft Store, which is safer to go to. There are a lot of things that are not in this store. And yeah, then you go out on the web and you find it. And we're going to do two here. So I'm going to do one from the store, and then I'm going to show you the one that I use, which is Sophos, and how that one works. And it's not, I don't think it is. Let's see, Sophos. Let's see if they've actually got an install in the store. Nope. Immediately there's a bunch of stuff. Now, I don't trust Avast just because of their history. And maybe it's awesome, maybe it's great, but I don't trust them. Do what you will. We're going to pick one that's pretty highly rated. Again, because of its past, AVG, I find really, really good. Um, uh, you'll see total AV, the stars on that are not great. It's 3.2. And yeah, go in and take a look at what people are saying about that. There's a vast again. Um, Norton 360, I recommend that to a lot of people if you want defense over everything. So let's pull up their little graphic. Right, so they got VPN. I don't care about gaming, but there's their password manager as part of that. It manages the dark web for your mention. Dark web basically is it managing or monitoring, sorry, is basically it looking for, oh, they just posted this data breach, so it has your password out there, that kind of stuff. It also includes parental controls. A certain amount of PC backup is part of that, and then antivirus. And it's expensive. It definitely is. However, it's providing all of that. It's giving you quite a bit. So Norton, I feel, is probably one of the most programming heavy. I wouldn't say it's as heavy as Chrome, but it uses a lot of resources, and a lot of people don't like that. Let's look for virus protection. And Bitdefender is this is an ad right there at the top, but it is got a lot of reviews. It's got a lot of things that say it's really awesome and wonderful. There's AVG free just to see. There's Bitdefender Total Security. Again, see this is an ad. We'll install Bitdefender and see how it goes. Um, Avast is here. I don't know who House Call or ABC Proxy. I don't know any of those. Browser Pro, any VPN. I don't know those. So let's go to Bitdefender. Notice it says that it's free. And of course, that is true and not true. They're going to give you the free version and say you got to update this in a certain amount of time. But what I really want to show you is that we have the ability to install something right here from the store. And I don't even think you can see what's on your screen. It's kind of blacked out everything and said, are you sure you want to install this? And I need to say yes to that in order to move on. And then it's going to go ahead and do its thing. But yeah, I want to show you how easy it is for you to get this and then to figure out, do I want to pay for it? Do I want to use something else? It's really not a great idea to install, uninstall, install, uninstall, and just try different applications. We wish we could do that, but there is problems in doing that, and the fact that the registry kind of just gets bigger and bigger. The reason why is because programmers don't take out everything. So you install something like Bitdefender or anything on Windows, there's a bunch of registry keys, that's what they call them, a bunch of registry entries that go into that database. And then when they uninstall it, they take out like four or five of them and leave the other. And that means that registry, which has to load before your computer actually gets to the desktop, gets bigger and bigger the more you install things. And so I recommend you don't do that. I don't do that. I'm biting the bullet for you. I'm putting Bitdefender on. I already had Sophos on here. I uninstalled it so that you could see that Windows Defender kicks on as it's running, and then I'm going to show you, okay, Bitdefender's on here. Let's take a look at what it does, and then I'll show you that, look, Windows Defender is deactivated. Then I'll uninstall this and show you, look, Windows Defender is reactivated, so that you know Windows Defender is there. If you install something else, it'll hide out in the background and only use basically the firewall portions of itself, turn the rest off. But if you uninstall whatever virus protection you were using, it'll kick back on and be used. All right, I'm going to pause this because it is still taking its time to install, which doesn't surprise me. All right, just a little update. There it is, running through its install, saying, wow, I got to download basically a gig in order to install this. And this is where it is in the download process. So it's not actually installed yet. We'll get there eventually. Okay, just a quick update. It is going ahead and installing now. So it's, giving me the little blurbs. Start device assessment. Why not? Why not get everything we can? Now, over here, I've got a Windows security pop-up that says, hey, your virus protection is out of date. So as soon as this installed, which it's running this right now, Windows Defender got turned off. And that's what it's complaining about. Okay, definitely going to have to clip this video together. Having a little audio problem there. So yeah, it's scanning the items now. It's going through and trying to find out if there's any viruses on here. Of course, to understand plainly, Windows Defender was on here. Prior to that, Sophos was on here. There's no time that this has ever been unprotected. I always let it do a scan because it wants to, even though really this is not going to come up with anything because it's been under protection from the get-go. But yeah, we let this go ahead and do its thing. You can actually tell it just run this scan in the background, but you can also just minimize it, and it's just down here where we can pop it up when we need it. All right, here we are. It is done. It says your device is safe. And then it wants us to create a Bitdefender account to start using everything, real-time protection, access to your security, remote device management. That is one thing that you really want to check on when you go out and get one of these services. You're going to have to create an account with all of them. Very rarely are you not going to have to create an account. I think AVG doesn't require it to begin with, but that's what this is telling us. We can run this anytime we want. We just have to manually run it, which means it's not totally protected because we have to go and manually run it. So we create a Bitdefender account and we get access to these things. And you want to see if you've got remote device management. You want to see, does Bitdefender give us the ability to protect our phones as well? Again, on an iPhone, that is kind of a scam. That's not really helpful on an iPhone. You can put it on there, but it's going to pretend to do some stuff to protect you. But on an Android, that is a necessity. You need that. And hey, if you're going to have to buy something to have protection on your phone, why not get it on your PC too? Why not get it for whatever machine? That's why I use Sophos, because I use Windows, I use Mac, and I can protect both of those. I can also add a browser, a Sophos browser to my iPhone if I wanted to. That's basically safer. How I would put it is it's going through their system to make sure. And I don't really use that part, but if you've got kids, right, you could force them to use that. You could say you have to use this Sophos, and then we'll lock down what you're doing on that phone on Sophos. So you want to see if that stuff is available on Bitdefender as well. All right, so that is really it. It's done. It's really that easy. So what I'm going to do now is go and uninstall this. Going to come over here to uninstall, and it pops up with add and removed programs, and that's what we want. It's going to jump over into settings, and we can now come down and Bitdefender, right? It's a B. So it's got these two running. I'm going to go ahead and uninstall the total security, which is what I just installed. It's asking me, hey, do you want to do that? And I'm saying yes to that. And now it's going to come up with a screen here. It says, what do you want to do? Well, I want to go ahead and remove it. It's got the reinstall in case something has not been working right. And I don't want to give them any feedback. So I'm just going to uninstall it. And deleting things is a lot quicker than actually installing things. So this will take a lot less time. All right, so it got done, and now it says, hey, you need to restart this now that it's all uninstalled. And that's very common in Windows land to, once you've uninstalled something, you have to restart. This really is going to be the big reason, is getting our Windows Defender running again when it restarts. If I restart this, obviously this video is going to end. So I will go ahead and stop this video so that it can start its re Okay, so Bitdefender has been uninstalled, Windows has restarted, and Windows Security, Windows Defender is running once again. There it is. I got threat protection, firewall, network protection. I haven't done this here, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and reinstall what I would like to reinstall, which is Sophos. So we'll start this up. We'll say Sophos for PC. The reason why I want to do that is because Sophos is a big maker. They make like serious things for big businesses. And so I want to make sure I just get the home stuff. That's what I want to get a hold of. Let's go. There we go. It's wanting access to my secure location on the machine to get the password, which is great. I don't want to have to type it in. And I have this tied to an authentication app, so I'll show you that. Talked about this in one of the units. So I use Microsoft Authenticator. Google has one. Sophos has one, as a matter of fact. But I already had everything in Microsoft. So let me find it. Find the one I need. Got quite a few here. There it is. All right. Set up so you can see my Authenticator app. It's got some numbers ticking down on there that are associated with what we see right here on this screen. And so Sophos is got 23 seconds for me to type in the code. So I need to click in here. Ten seconds left. Ah, and my keypad was not working. My num lock was not on. Now it is. Okay, so now we've got another 30 seconds to put in the next number. There we go. Sign in. And I could tell it, don't ask me for 30 days. And for 30 days, it would not ask me. Okay, so here I am. And this is actually where I have Sophos installed. And that should be this computer. Oh no, I uninstalled it. So let's add a device and we'll go ahead and install it. So it's downloading the little executable file. Let's see, it's not really telling me how big the size is. It's not giving me that. So we'll go ahead and pause this for a minute until this finishes downloading. Then I'll double click it. And because I downloaded it from my logged in situation here, it will tie those two. Oh, there it is. It's done. So let's just look in the folder first. That's the downloads folder. And there's the Sophos install. It's coming up and saying, you sure you want to install this? And now it is, whoops, downloading it. Move it over here to the screen. Very much like the last one. I don't know why that's cut off, but it has cut that off. I think because I moved it. Yeah, I moved it from one screen to the next. This screen has got a lot bigger text on it. So let's see what happens when I move it. Yeah, that's so it says install down there. So I'll hit install and we'll bring it back over here so you can see it. I think we can probably, no, can't make that smaller. All right, so this is talking to the website, doing its install process just like Bitdefender did, which is very common these days. So I'll go ahead and pause this, and when it gets done, it will be installed. Okay, there we are. Installation complete. We're going to continue, and it comes up with its dashboard. You are protected, and we can go ahead and do whatever we need to here. I'm sorry that, I'm dragging this across and it's not showing it. Scan your PC is what it wants to do next. Let me share the other screen. I'll just be staring at the wrong video camera, basically. That's all. It's okay. It's okay. Share screen one. There we are. So protect more devices. We can add devices. Basically, the version that I'm paying for, I've got, again, the phone coverage and the Macs and the PCs. And so I've got extra room out there. I can put some more stuff in if I wanted. So yeah, it wants to do a scan. It's telling you right now this is all protected. It's not mandating that you do the scan. And you can also do a full scan. So a quick scan is a lot quicker. A full scan is going to take some time. I always say once you install one of these things, even though, as I said, it's been protected, it's been protected, it's been protected, I would probably just say do a full scan. And that's going to take some time. The dashboard on this is going to take me out here. It's wanting me to verify I can do something on this computer, like launch a website. That's something. And that's going to take me back to where I was originally and the fact that I have now added this protection onto this particular device. And I can add another device and I can remove the device all from here. And it tells me what's going on. And I can actually even initiate a scan from here. And I don't have this set up to disable, but that's another layer of security that would be nice to do. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it, whoops, cancel that, close that. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to do a full scan, and that will take quite some time. But there it is. It's ready to go. And to show you here that Windows Defender is not, well, it is. It's here. It's this little icon. And I will pull this over and oh, well, it's not coming up right now. But yeah, this is all set and ready to go. Um, some web filtering and it's all part of that package. That's why I say when you go out and you're looking at, okay, how much does this cost? How much does this cost? Well, what are you getting with it? You're getting Trojan protection, virus protection for sure, but is there web filtering part of it? When I add it to an Android device, what can I do on that? What can I do on an iOS device? A lot of them have a lot of control over what they can do. So there's my web filtering protection that I can turn on. Lots of stuff here. We can take a look at the history and see what's happened. This device has no history because I uninstalled it and reinstalled it, but you could look at that. We could look at the threats that happened on this machine. Anyway, most have this kind of features. So when you're looking at something cheaper like an AVG, AVG has here's our virus protection Trojan stuff you can use, and then here's AVG, all of the stuff, and some of them operate that way. We looked at Bitdefender; it didn't operate that way. It was very much like we have all this stuff, just like Sophos has here. Anyway, it's really that easy. If you have any questions or if there's something you would like me to check out, or if there's something that you're like, hey, I found this really cool thing, let me know. Message me, and thank you for watching.